Welcome to DDT Wrestling Podcast. Dad and daughter talks wrestling. We've had a long hiatus, lifing, travel, deployments, all kind of stuff going on. But we're always around wrestling, talking wrestling. I literally went to watch NXT in Greensboro, which was a great event. But here we are. We're at the doorstep of one of the greatest of all times. I remember when they started saying that, just started calling him the greatest of all time, and there was like, really? But you think about it, that man, John Cena, is the beginning of an era. He started an era, and it's like just a freight train of what that man's legacy, and I can't argue, I can't dispute that. He is absolutely one of the greatest of all time. But anyway, here we are. We'll talk our topics, we'll talk upcoming events, or whatever's on our mind about the world of pro wrestling. So, Riss, it's your guy. How are you feeling?
I mean, it's bittersweet. He went on the Pat McAfee show and he basically just like put his foot down. He's like, guys, listen, I know a lot of other legends. They say they're gonna retire and then they come back and they do their little thing. He's like, I'm done for real, And he's like, please watch and tune in so you can get the closure that you want to get, because this book is closing and it will not reopen. However, I do keep hearing like even people in the wrestling world, because even CM Punk said, he's not retiring. I'll take him out of retirement. There's still this back and forth about whether he would come back in a wrestling way or just in like a manager way or just in a guest host way. But regardless, I'm at peace. I'm at peace with it.
You got to pay attention to what he's been saying. It's his last in ring. It's the end of his in ring
Yeah.
career. So the man will show up to WrestleMania backstage. I'm sure he's going to have a presence, like, with the company. He's not totally leaving the company.
Yeah.
So, but I think as far as in the ring, I legit believe him.
Mm-hmm.
On that one interview he did, he talked about just the way his body feels and being able to have a John Cena type match. And
Mm-hmm.
he talked about AJ Styles a lot. He's like, the dude looks tremendous and he goes out there and he still kills it. He still does his thing. But what you don't see is the recovery and everything he has to do to get himself ready
Mm-hmm.
to do that. And I think that's the part. And it's the same thing with an athlete in every sport. Like, your Tom Brady's or, you know, anybody that's been doing it for a long time, they can kind of get out there and do things at a high level, but it's the preparation, the
Mm-hmm.
stuff you don't see where the body is recovering and you wake up and that pain's there. So I get it. And look, Hollywood's calling him. So Hollywood's been calling him.
Mm-hmm.
He's answered the phone, since he stood naked on that stage. Um, yeah, he's gonna have a great career. I'm happy to see it that he's really like successful in Hollywood, but he'll definitely be a part of just like The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
We may see him again here and there, but as far as in the ring, I believe him
Mm-hmm.
that he won't step foot in that ring. Um, yeah, I believe him more so than most people.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, they might give him like the Stone Cold treatment where he just comes out and announces how many people are in attendance. Um, but I mean, I've made peace with it. I don't have any more demons fighting me. Even if I never see him again, which is unlikely, but I think the way that he has decided to go out, even though like I would have liked it to be longer, but I think it wasn't abrupt. You know, it didn't feel impromptu. There were moments that, of course, felt rushed by the booking, like the decision point when it came to his heel turn and whatnot. But I think that this is the first time where we actually are seeing like a formal goodbye from a
Right.
superstar, and really just giving the fans what they want. I mean, you look at the booking with Dominic Mysterio. You know, I think that if there wasn't that much of a draw for fans to, you know, have him go against Dom, which was a perfect alley oop for him to get the IC title and then become a Grand Slam champion. But I'm like, people were just hungry for a Dom versus John Cena. People were like, you can't not have a Cena versus AJ Styles. So I think that, you know, with them meticulously selecting the final people for him to fight, it really was just like a thank you and goodbye to the fans that, you know, I mean, sure, we might look back and say, well, I would have changed this, I would have changed that. But honestly, I think I am more at peace than I thought I would be because it is just such a formal way of saying goodbye and not like a, well, this is it, or just like, you know, them disappearing into the abyss and never knowing like what their status is or if they'll ever be in the Hall of Fame. A lot of people think that he will be an immediate Hall of Fame member, which I think would be great. Um,
Absolutely.
but you know, regardless, it's weird. I This is like the first time like me actually experiencing like not just wrestling but any form of media that I've watched, like actually a formal like, hey, yeah, this is it for this person. Like I'm into a lot of different things, a lot of different music groups, actors and actresses that I watch. So I think, you know, seeing this for the first time was like, oh my god. But I think the way that he did it was great. And I couldn't be happier that he wanted to go away in such a way that catered to the fans. You know, I mean, I feel like when you watch the whole like Unreal thing and then all of the interviews that he does, he's like, yeah, no, I'm an open book. I'll do whatever I want to do. Like he's still being so flexible and versatile and catering to the fans, even in like his last and final moments, you know? So, yeah, no, it's great. I'm at peace with it. I'm like, it is the time to say goodbye finally.
And the thing is, as long as I've been watching wrestling, I, I don't recall anyone getting a send off like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ric Flair, they did a whole episode and said goodbye, but he didn't get like a
For
goodbye.
sure.
No one gets this. Everybody's around Mount Rushmore. Hogan didn't, Flair, Stone Cold, and whatever fourth member.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one gets this. So good on them. And he just said in that interview, um, that as far as the heel turn, they did it to pop a number. I don't know if I believe all of that. I think they may have had other plans, um,
I
because
know they
of,
had other plans.
yeah, I think they totally had different plans. I mean, you involved Travis Scott, like, and then they just completely just put up the pin and made us forget. But even with that, they course corrected and
Mm-hmm.
they've given us some really good moments. And I think tonight's going to be a really good moment. Gunther is he is just like the perfect person to tell a story with, especially a wrestler like John Cena. I honestly think Gunther can get in there and make anybody just look great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he doesn't do all the flashy moves. He is old school storytelling professional wrestler. I love it. Um, and as much as I like LA Knight, look, we wanted this match for WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
but then they, of course, they did the heel thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's gonna be a great match. We'll probably get like I'm sure they're petty, so he's gonna get like 20 minutes to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on Peacock, so they don't have to worry about
You don't have a time
NBC
constraint. Yeah.
cutting the feed. So that's one thing. But yeah, I'm definitely it's weird, I'm seeing you're seeing all the greats.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles announced it. He's probably gonna get somewhat of a goodbye tour.
Right.
Um,
Probably more on the TNA like standpoint. Like we'll see him.
yeah, I mean, come on, it's AJ Styles.
He has
AJ
to be.
Styles is TNA.
Mm-hmm.
So um I think Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
There's rumors that next SummerSlam is the end of him, and the person right over my shoulder should retire him. Um, and
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe said
Hmm.
it. And I'm sure there's some other ones that I think a while back I think I heard Asuka even talk about it. She's in her 40s, you know, and I just watched one of her videos. She's building a whole building dedicated to video games. Her personal, I don't think it's going to be like people can go. It's
No,
her building.
that's her passion. That's what she loves to do. Oh my
That and that's great. That's why she's like my goal. I don't know if you saw what she said to Bailey, her message to Bailey. You have got to see that.
God.
Um, because Bailey did that interview with that she did that interview talking about how I guess like feeling like depressed and low on herself and losing confidence on herself and
Mm-hmm.
um Oscar says she just came across that interview on her Twitter feed
Mm-hmm.
and she's like basically like girl, the four horsewomen and me are
Mm-hmm.
the reason that
Or wrestling.
the wrestling division is like it is now.
Or women's wrestling. Yes, absolutely.
Like, and she's like, you gotta let them know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then she talked about Kyrie when she was um nice, it was boring.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, and then she went back into character, but none of my business. Get out of my business. And so I love that aspect of it. Watch it. It's on her YouTube, Kana-chan TV. She was emotional
Mm-hmm.
when she was giving this message to Bailey. But that woman's, I think, been a fighter her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's all political. She's Japanese. In, prior to her, they didn't do very well by Japanese people, especially in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
They really didn't. And she was a person that commanded respect, and she still gets it. She's having her moment. Just great. My goal,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But anyway, Saturday Night Main Event. Um, it's highlighted by the GOAT,
Mm-hmm.
the greatest of all time, the head of because it was just so important because we had the Attitude Era, and then you have this guy that they decided to turn course and go PG, and he was front and center. He
Mm-hmm.
was the guy, and he did it. He was the money maker. People came in, he put butts in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Just mad respect for him. And it's like you look at it like, is Cody really that guy? He is the guy now. Kids love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving merch, but there's not a John Cena. Like John, that
Mm-hmm.
was just a different era. He also said in that interview who his wrestling soulmate is.
John Cena,
Yeah,
AJ Styles,
no,
CM Punk.
yes. I
What about yours?
thought, I always thought he would say like Edge because I felt
That was
like
my third one.
that John Cena was a made man and Edge was kind of coming up, but that feud took them both to the
Mm-hmm.
next stratosphere. And Edge was literally the Joker to Batman. Like and then you had Lita. That feud right there, that's one of my favorite feuds. After Stone Cold and Vince McMahon, I love the Down Cold Cena. Like that's my favorite Edge, period. Like
Mm-hmm.
just amazing. Um, but yeah, that I mean, and then he could have said Randy Orton, but he said CM Punk, and I get that because
I did.
they're opposites, but they always have such great chemistry. You know, I wouldn't have been mad if he was his last match. I
Neither
wouldn't
would
have been
I.
mad at that.
Neither would I. Yeah.
Um, but I think Gunther is right. They can't have a man for 20 years say never give up and then give up.
Oh my god.
WWE better not do that.
Surely not. Surely they wouldn't do that, right?
It's you never know. I can't imagine that man tapping. I just can't. I know he's did it. We talked about that. Um,
Hmm.
the trivia question you gave, how many people made him tap? But
Yeah.
it was thug word life Cena. It
Yeah,
wasn't
that wasn't PG Cena.
it wasn't Super Cena.
Yeah, it wasn't Super Cena. That was before Super Cena.
Right.
Before he got the juice.
But I know that's the highlight, but we have other things going on tonight. We have a match that I'm very interested in. Obafemi versus QB1, as they're calling him. I don't know. I mean, the obvious thing is like Drew McIntyre going to interfere. That kind of protects both of them. If you give Obafemi, you put him over, and you progress the feud between Drew and Cody, and there's definitely something to Drew not being on the show. Where's Drew? Where's Drew? Like, so there's definitely something going on with that. Um, because if he goes in there and takes a crossroad from Cody 1, 2, 3, that could quite be the dumbest move booking decision they've made. I don't even know. Since I don't even know. Like the dude reeks of star. He got everything you want.
Mm-hmm.
The look, he's big, his promos are solid. Like they keep saying that he's good, Braun Breaker, but that guy right there is the future of your company. He's money.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna pay to watch him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to like Bully Ray talk about his match with Javon, and should Cody be scared of him because he was like he bumps a lot like a smaller person.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this to you a long time ago. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he bumps too easy. Like he goes down. He's good at it,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody of his stature and his persona, it should take a lot to eventually get him off his feet.
It should.
Especially like Javon he's tall, but he's lanky and you know, but I don't know. I don't know why that was the conversation they had. I don't know what they're trying to plant, what seed they're trying to plant. I didn't hear all of it, but um, I know that man better not take a crossroad or two crossroads, and 1, 2, 3 is over and nothing. They better do something to protect both of those guys.
Yeah, I think there's a stipulation of Drew McIntyre, but also on the last uh NXT, Ricky Saints established himself as a heel. Now I don't know if they redo Ricky Saints and Obafemi again for the third time, but they might since Ricky Saints has, kind of adopted this new persona, even though what he did affected Javon Evans more so than anything. But I do think that Ricky Saints could also make an appearance here as well. Just for them to switch
I
things
would
up.
like
Like
that.
you thought it was just Drew, but Ricky's also gonna ruin the day too. That's a bar. But yeah, no, I think there are certain things where it's like WWE likes to play it safe. And what WWE has right now is not just a candle, it's an entire inferno. And them doing Crossroads handshake would be a fire extinguisher to this inferno that they have right now, that is Obafemi. Um, Way to dim just a bright light that they got going on if they decide to do that. That's them playing it safe, but that's extremely boring. Um, and I think they see the potential, and they see how much of a damper that would do on his trajectory up. Because his first promo on the main roster, we knew that it was going to be good, um, and it was. He delivered so freaking well, and this persona that he's just got going on, it's not something you want to play with. It's not something that you want to,
Right.
yeah, let's gamble. It has to be Cody. Da 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 da. I saw a bunch of hoopla and baloney about people thinking that it was a title versus title match. Come on, guys. Like just because two people who have titles are facing off against each other, they have to explicitly say that it's for one of the other titles. Because if that were the case, that would be setting up Obafemi for an automatic failure. Because could
Right.
you imagine him just, oh yeah, we're just gonna have him be the NXT and the Undisputed? Like, absolutely not.
That would be the craziest thing I think I've ever seen.
I'm like,
Like
what a
it was
change.
it was the US title when Kevin Owens came and beat John Cena on his first show, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
But
crazy.
like that means they're shaking up WrestleMania. They're
Yeah,
shaking up
they're
everything.
changing everything, right? So
Ain't no way.
absolutely not. And a lot of people were also confused on whether Cena and Gunther would end the show. This is Cena's show, so of course he's gonna end the show.
Yeah.
Cody and Oba are not ending the show. Cody, they might, who knows? Maybe they use Cody and Oba to start the show. I don't know. But yeah, no, I think that there has to be some shenanigans in here. And I think that, Drew McIntyre is the obvious choice, but it would be cool to see something else. And yeah, this is one of the matches where I'm like, yeah, it ends in disqualification. I usually get upset when I see that because they do that pretty often these days. But this is one of the ones where I'm like, please,
Yeah.
anything but
You
a
have
clean
to
win
do
by
it.
Cody Rhodes. Anything but a clean win. We know Obafemi's not going to get a clean win. So anything but a clean win by Cody Rhodes, that just would be so disappointing. But we know that this match is going to deliver in terms of the in ring. Like, of
Oh, no
course, it's going to be
question.
great. The
No question.
choreo is going to be fantastic. But the ending is what I'm going to be like eyes peeled to because WWE has the opportunity to really, continue storylines or ruin a man's career before it even freaking starts on the main roster. So I'm hoping that they don't do the latter.
Yeah. What if he no sells the
It's
crossroad?
gonna that is gonna happen in the match. That will happen in the match. Absolutely. We're gonna see that just once though. We're gonna see it once. That's what I want to see.
Man. Yeah, like you brought up Saints. I think they're gonna make him and Javon. That's gonna keep Javon busy.
Mhm.
Because I think it is Javon that's gonna take that NXT title from Obafemi. I think that's where it's ultimately going. Now, I don't know where they're going with Tony D'Angelo. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
that's about,
Mhm.
but I think that's where it's ultimately. Well, he Tony D'Angelo just he attacked Ethan Page also,
Oh yeah, he did.
so it's not necessarily it's just random. Looks like,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think they're gonna have those two occupied, which would be cool. And at the house show, Ricky Saints did come out as a face, but then he faked everyone out with the he throwing his shirt out. He was ready to throw his shirt out. He did the whole face thing,
Get ready.
getting the people to do the thing, and then he was ready to throw his shirt, and he's like, nah. The
Okay.
funniest thing that happened there, one of the funniest things is you know, when they have their ring attire, there's somebody in the crew that they throw it to. Um, Ethan Page took his jacket off, and the guy's waiting for it. He just threw it on the other side of the ring, and the guy looks like at me and Ava, like, come
What?
on, like I'm right there. But yeah, so those are definitely the highlights of the show. I'm glad to see like Bailey get on that show with Soroka. She's she's definitely in line. She's gonna take that title from JC Jane. Like she's taking that.
Mhm.
And she's like what other woman right now
Mhm.
um are they really building up?
Right.
She has a finishing move that's over.
Mhm.
Um and then the natural progression. Although I feel like Blake Monroe can skip and go right to main roster,
Mhm.
I feel like the woman's ready.
Mhm.
And Ethan Page is ready. Like a lot of those people can go right to the main roster. Um, I see that on SmackDown. We're kind of all over the place. On SmackDown, they had you know how Rey Mysterio is like the person you use to get a heel over. The Miz is the
It's the faces.
gateway
Yeah.
for the face.
Mhm.
And they had him. He Javon went over on him, which was pretty cool. He got his big win. Yeah, they're definitely shooting for the stars.
Mhm.
Like, hey, I'm happy to see it. Like, look, they can't deny the next stars coming through are black people. You know, and they have a. I mean, and there's multiple things because we're definitely getting this. This is definitely a deeper topic. Like not having too many black characters at the top. I
Mhm.
mean, Bianca Belair goes
Mhm.
without saying for the women. As far as the men, there's no one. Um, yeah. And I think I heard Booker T say, like, who are you gonna push to the top? As far as the current black guys on that roster.
Mhm.
Like who are you gonna push like to the top? And I'm like, it's wrestling.
Yeah.
You can put the strap to rocket to anybody.
Anyone. It's about how they.
And as long as they like Carmelo Hayes. He's getting great face pops right
Mhm.
now. You can, I mean, they had a whole Kofi Mania. Like I get it, but now it's undeniable.
Mhm.
Like, Oba says he's undeniable. He is. Trick Williams, undeniable. Javon, like those are three black men that should be at the top of that card, headlining premium live events and WrestleManias.
Mhm.
I'm ready for it. And I think you can make Obafemi the face of this company.
Mhm.
Especially, I mean, Cody really is QB1. I think Roman Reigns, especially after seeing him at the gaming awards, I think he gonna like that Hollywood feel. We gonna start seeing less and less of Mr. Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Or when they start calling him Joe, annoyed. But you know what? The I don't know who titled this. He met Jason Momoa for the like they did the film together, but they took a picture and they were referred to as the top two Joes. Yeah, there's a picture that I think Jason Momoa posted it there, like he's hugging Roman Reigns,
Mhm.
and it was titled like the top Joes. I guess I mean, unless he goes by Joe, Jason Momoa, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I've
didn't.
never heard it.
Yeah, neither have I.
But yeah, that's a reference that they made. But um, yeah, Hollywood's going to be calling him. We're going to see less of him, and these people on my screen. That's the future.
Mhm.
Who else? You got Cody. Braun Breaker's good. I still don't see it.
No.
He could have, like, everybody's like, that promo was so good. I mean, you say something edgy and people say, oh, it's a great promo.
Mhm.
And I'm not knocking him. He has a charisma. He
Mhm.
looks tremendous. Everybody loves his spear. I mean, his spear is good.
Mhm.
Uh, I
Yeah.
upper mid card to me.
Really? Okay. Because I
Yeah.
mean, like, he definitely had like a really big influence and foot in NXT, especially during that
Mm,
like Iron Survivor match, which I honestly that match is really a maker of people's careers in
it is.
NXT. And there's a part of me that's like, oh, I want it on the main roster, but maybe that just should be an NXT kind of thing, just so they can
I
have
agree.
something. But I think like for Braun Breaker, so and this is like I guess kind of also getting like a little deep into the weeds when it comes to just certain expectations for wrestlers. The expectations for certain wrestlers, and when I say certain wrestlers, I mean those of a complexion that are pretty fair. Those expectations are not going to be the same as the expectations that they have for wrestlers of color, especially black wrestlers. I feel like if Braun Breaker's personality was on a black man, he would not be getting the same accolades that he's getting, right? And I mean, I have no issue with wrestling nepotism or wrestling, association like familial things. I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. That's nepotism. Like nepotism doesn't have to be a bad thing because I know a lot of people are like, That's a Steiner promo. Of course it is. He's a Steiner. Of course he's gonna have a promo.
Legacy. Yeah.
Like, so I'm not upset at that at all. I just think like, yeah, like people, they're blowing smoke up, and like it's not as crazy as people are making it seem. I think if you look at his promos that he's done, it's the best work that he's done, and obviously he's doing it uh against somebody like CM Punk. So obviously it's gonna hold a lot because we were like, oh, he said that about CM Punk's wife. Everybody knows how CM Punk does on the mic. He has no fear. He said that to CM Punk. Da 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 da. So when you have a counterpart like CM Punk, where you get to just kind of take a dig at them, it's like, oh shoot, okay, that was a hard dig at somebody who's really good on the mic. So I think that's a lot of the reason why people are looking at this as like such a groundbreaking promo. But yeah, no, when I compare him to Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, people that he came up with at the same time, they put the belt on him a lot sooner than they did for Carmelo Hayes. He's gotten way more opportunities in terms of like title shots, and now he's like in what some may call the most dominant faction right now. He's taken over. He's like basically the lead, and he has this match against CM Punk, which based on these promos that he's cutting, it's like, well, you kind of gotta win. You can't say you're gonna take a man's wife and not beat him, or else it's just very shameful and embarrassing. So they really are, putting a lot on Braun Breaker, and I don't think he's not meeting the potential that he has. I just think that it's just ma and la. Like, it's not anything that's so groundbreaking for me. Whilst I think when I look at Obafemi, it's just something that I'm like, he's him. He's the one. And I think it also does have to do with persona. Ron Breaker says that he's the badass. Everybody says it about themselves. And I think that Braun Breaker's persona is not hard for somebody else to do. While Obafemi, like, I'm way more convinced by Obafemi and the gimmick that he's got going on. And it's just something that I feel like can't be replicated as well as him. While I feel like you could take a person from Evolve, you could take a person from another wrestling company or wrestling show and say, do Braun Breaker, and they could do Braun Breaker. They might not
Oh,
execute. They might not execute in the
wow.
ring as well as him, but as far as his gimmick and his character, it's not something that I don't think
Cookie cutter.
can't be replicated. Yeah, it's cookie cutter. And hey, so is Gunther. So is LA Knight. But that's the conversations that we're having right now. Like, Braun Breaker isn't somebody where I feel like some people would say, oh yeah, he's head and shoulders above Carmelo Hayes. He's head and shoulders above Trick Williams, above Ricky Saints, above Obafemi. When I think all four of those black men, 3.5, I don't know if Ricky Saints passed, but regardless, I think that, their personas are more impressive than his.
I have a very simple rating system.
What?
Do I think about seeing you on my TV when you're not on my TV?
Mhm.
Like, I anticipate people like I can't wait to see Becky Lynch.
Right.
Like, what is she gonna do? What is she
Yeah.
gonna say? This persona she's doing.
Mhm.
Chelsea Green.
Mhm.
Like, when I'm like waiting for what she's gonna do when she's on my screen.
Yeah.
John Cena, of course.
Mhm.
Roman Reigns, of course.
Mhm.
Um, Obafemi.
Mhm.
You know, Cody Rhodes, of course, CM Punk. Like, I'm anticipating what to see. I'm thinking about, okay, from when you see the first banner
Mhm.
on your screen, then now forever. All
Yeah.
right, it's SmackDown.
Who's
I'm
next?
ready to see what are they gonna do.
Yeah.
For me, I'm never thinking about what Braun Breaker's gonna do. I'm thinking about what Paul Heyman's gonna say.
Ah, that's where it is.
And then yeah, like like he doesn't miss in the ring. I like watching his
Yeah.
matches.
Absolutely.
But as far as my rating scale is
Mhm.
what I'm waiting to see you do. Like
Mhm.
what I'm anticipating what's
Mhm.
next.
Yeah.
Even when the Miz is on the screen, who's
Yeah.
been around,
Yeah.
like he's gonna say something
Yeah.
because he knows he knows how to maximize the time he gets.
Mhm.
Um, so that's just, and I hope they see that with these people on the screen. Like, you're hearing the stuff like Lash Legend. They like what they see.
Mhm.
Oh, Javon,
Mhm.
what the heck is he gonna do? He's so unpredictable when he's in front of camera,
Yeah.
when he's not in the ring. But then he get in a ring and he's just super,
Yeah.
so and then, I'm just naming names. Ethan Page. What's he gonna say? How
Yeah.
much of a jerk is he gonna be? I think about these things
Mhm.
when they're not on my screen. That is my simple rating scale
Mhm.
for pro wrestling.
Mhm.
AEW. I'm captivated, of course, by MJF. When Adam Page is on the screen, when like, what are they gonna do? Like, I think, and of course, Samoa Joe. Like,
Mhm.
so I get it. It's like hyperbole. Like, you have to build stars, and you got to say
Everything.
the right things. That he's
Yeah.
young.
Mhm.
He's the future of WrestleMania. He's the
Mhm.
future WrestleMania star.
Mhm.
If I'm like, if I'm Braun Breaker, I'm like, well, what am I?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, what about me?
Yeah.
I'm a part of this too. Like,
Exactly. Which,
so
yeah, I'm like surprised that, I mean, I guess, with them constantly advertising January 5th, it like makes up for the fact that Braun Breaker isn't on this show. But yeah,
right,
I thought that he would be a part of the tournament and would win, or would be a contender to win. But maybe they're like, no, we're not doing that. Braun Breaker, let's just, he's in the title picture, and that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do for the Netflix anniversary, which that's another reason why a lot of people think that there might be a surprise. Of course he has the aid of, like, I mean, I guess, do we call Logan Paul and Bronson Reed his goons now? Like, he's moved up and now they're his goons. I don't know. And then of course the masked man that we don't know, that potentially is more than one person. There's a lot of moving cards in what could cause the loss for CM Punk. Because a lot of people, and I'm people, I say that there really is not going to be a moment like CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, and truly getting a moment like that for a title. And regardless of what they try to do to like even it out, it's not going to be the same. So, I don't know, maybe CM Punk loses, but we haven't heard from him in quite some time. And I think that his promo coming back towards Braun Breaker is going to sting, especially if they're across from each other. Can Braun Breaker hang with CM Punk being across from him? I don't know. I have no idea, but he's gonna have to
you mean in a ring or in a mic?
on the mic. Not
Oh,
in the ring. In the ring, absolutely. In the ring, Braun Breaker is a head and shoulders above a lot of people. But on the mic, I like, that's the real test. He cut two promos, and by the way, the first one was better than the second one, obviously, but the second one just felt like, we gotta do this again, do the same thing that she did. I'm like, it's just boring. I'm like,
right. Got to say
yeah,
something edgy.
yeah, and you know what? Uh, Cody Rhodes is notorious for doing a lot of promos that are very similar to each other. But I think the problem I had with Braun Breakers was because it was the week right after he just cut his like most edgy promo. So they like, yeah, we're just gonna do the same thing again. Um, but I mean, I
Next,
guess
he's gonna bring up Larry. He's probably gonna bring up Larry to be, or even edgier,
you
which
know
would,
what?
oh,
If that would be, because the whole like wife thing. Oh, you're gonna steal a wife.
it's been done.
Somebody's,
People are like, Izzy Dame should have been like, hey, what the
yeah,
heck?
yeah, like, whoa. Somebody's freshly dead dog. Now that's crazy. You want to go edgy? That's crazy. If he does do that, CM Punk can't lose that match. Like, there's just no way
Right,
that they let him lose
right.
that. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how they execute and what they do. But I am more interested in what they do for the talent that is behind you. Um, I think that Braun Breaker is going to have plenty of opportunities to be in the title picture if he loses, but I think
Oh yeah.
where the important thing right now for WWE is really seeing how, one, they organize all these people that are on the come up. You talked about Blake Monroe, not a black superstar, but also somebody who is just amazing. Um, it'll be very dangerous if they decide to put her on the same show that Tiffany Stratton is on, who has been away for quite some time. But I am interested to see how they organize where everybody's gonna go. So Ruka belongs on SmackDown today. Like
I feel it. Yeah,
they could just choose her to go to the main roster right now and skip over winning the main title of NXT, and I'll be fine with that. Yeah, I think JC James is doing a great job, but yeah, I'm like, how do they distribute all of this up and coming talent that they have?
it's a
That's
lot.
like really where I'm thinking about this. If that's like what I'm more interested in than anything. I think my camera focus like going out, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
for
what
me
I'm more
too.
interested than anything at all. Just how they decide to execute, how they organize, how they book, because they're just the now more than ever do they have so much talent to book, So it's like this is great, but it's also a very slippery slope, and I don't want any one of those individuals to be sitting in catering at all.
I just had a tinfoil hat if I had the pin moment for January 5th.
Okay.
Matches going on.
Mhm.
Braun Breaker, um, Bronson Reed outside the ring,
Mm.
Logan Paul outside the ring, causing disruption. CM Punk, he hits the go to sleep on Braun. Masked Man comes into the ring, starts to attack CM Punk. Another masked man comes into the ring, pulls off his mask, is Seth Rollins.
When he's healed.
He does the head stomp to the other masked man and to Braun Breaker. CM Punk wins the title. They have a stare down with each other like, what the F? What is this? Punk pins and gets the win.
So then that allows Seth Rollins to win one of the other two matches to then challenge CM Punk at WrestleMania
So now Seth is now
on the chase.
he's not on a chase yet because he has to deal with the Vision.
Yeah.
But now you have two guys that hate each other against the Vision.
Oh, so they have to tag.
It's
That
just Seth versus like four guys.
that is hilarious. Yeah, she Seth can't. But again, I do wonder like who that. So the first Masked Man was helping the Vision, and then Seth is the
Yes.
next one. Now, obviously, right now we have a stand-in, but when Seth ultimately gets healed and his made of glass body heals up, he comes back and he's
That's
healthy.
harsh.
It's true. He did a what is it called, across the world thing and broke his shoulder. Oh my god, and I was
That was such an ad lib ridiculous move when he dove it and landed with his shoulder. Ugh.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Come on, Seth. Come on, Kobe.
Oh god.
Government name.
Government name. But yeah, that would be great because I think I don't know if they have a plan or if they're just like let's just go with the flow and we'll see how the fans react to this whole masked man thing and we'll wait because I've been hearing a lot of things back and forth where people are saying, hey man, the longer they wait and the more lackluster the reveal is, they will really regret waiting. So
Yeah.
hopefully the payoff is that Seth Rollins does come back as that masked man.
And look, I'm sorry. I'm a fan of Austin Theory, but that's lackluster.
That is lackluster because of who he was before. Like we're not talking like Randy Orton or Kevin Owens. We're talking Austin Theory. With all due
Yeah.
respect.
Like I think there's definitely more heat or steam or whatever you want to say, energy if it's Montez Ford. We haven't
True.
seen him as a singles wrestler. He didn't cut a promo. He just did that video where he was like contemplating. He sipped some wine in his suit.
Mhm.
That's all we saw. That's the last we saw. So, I mean, can you imagine if they add him in there? Seth got to go through him. He got to go. He
What's
ultimately
the
wants to
plan?
get to Braun Breaker. the matches he'd have with him, oh my God.
Oh, so freaking good.
All of this, Triple H, come on, man.
Please.
Come on, man. They need something. There's never going to be anything as good as the Bloodline storyline. There's just not ever. I I guess you can't say ever, but man,
For a while.
for a long while, the
Mhm.
layers to that, the characters to that, the characters that spawn from that. Somebody posted on Twitter the biggest pop you've ever heard. When Sami Zayn hit Roman Reigns with that chair,
Mhm.
my God, that was insane.
Mhm.
But anyway, we're kind of going everywhere. So we talked about some of Saturday Night Main Event. Um, I know one thing I wanted to bring up is LA Knight.
Mhm.
Like, a lot of people wanted him to win that tournament. I think
Mhm.
Gunther was the right call. Um, I think LA Knight would have been very entertaining with John Cena as well. They didn't really have promo time. Like LA Knight is effective when he's able to run you down in his promos and they wouldn't have had that. That's probably why Gunther really is the right call.
Mhm.
Promo's not really his thing. He can do it.
Yeah.
He's effective with what he does with it.
Mhm.
But written off TV, but on a very show that he was written off TV, he was featured throughout that whole show.
Mhm.
The company knows what they have in him,
Yes.
and there's the numbers that he's had more matches than everybody else basically on a roster for
Mhm.
2025. He's the headliner in a lot of house shows. He like they know what they got in him.
Mhm.
And I think what they did is like they want us they want us to miss him.
Yes.
I don't know if he's gonna be changing character. What if he's the guy in the mask? But that would be impossible because it's wrestling. It
Yes.
doesn't. You had a man that
Can't
could
turn
make
heel.
lightning come
Yeah.
from his hands, so it's
Yeah.
not impossible.
It's not impossible.
That would be a story right there.
Very interesting.
I don't know why or what his motivation, but again, it's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
But
Mhm.
that's some shock value for you right there. Why would he help?
The people who killed him.
Yeah, they killed him. But now he's dead now,
Yeah,
so
he's
he
dead.
can't be the guy. I was saying before that
Yeah,
happened.
before it happened.
But anyway, they featured him throughout that show. I think they took him off TV. I mean, he gets the Christmas break,
Yeah.
but I think they want us to miss him. I still got a feeling that he could be the Royal Rumble winner. There's Sami Zayn, of course. It's in Riyadh.
Mhm.
I got a feeling LA Knight could win that Royal Rumble and have a WrestleMania moment.
I would cry for him.
Maybe they're saving Punk and him for WrestleMania.
But my only stipulation is that I don't want them to let him win the Rumble and lose in WrestleMania. I want him to win a title really bad.
I think he's gonna have a WrestleMania moment.
Like he'll win.
Yes,
That like he's he's gotten so close so many times that it actually hurts.
that's the story. That's the story right there. You just said it.
Yeah.
It's like right there. Like that's what they're doing with Mercedes Monet with the AEW World Women's title.
Mhm.
She can't get that one.
Yeah.
She's gotten every one. She's come up short each
Yeah.
time. I feel like that's what they're gonna do with LA Knight. It's gonna be a payoff. They
Mhm.
just, you know, take him off TV.
Mhm.
That's gonna keep the pop energetic for when he comes back.
Mhm.
Um, like I said, I don't know if he's gonna change his character or anything like that. Like, uh, you know, some people suggest whatever, but I think when a guy's off TV, they're always gonna get the face pop,
Mhm.
whether they were a heel or a face.
That's true.
All of this talk about him being buried, whatever. They know what they got. If they were burying him, they wouldn't use him.
Exactly.
He
He wouldn't
wouldn't
have been
be.
in
They
that corner.
bury people by not putting them on TV.
Yeah, they let him sit in catering. That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's it.
Hmm.
So yeah. What else? Well,
I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess like running through the show, we kind of touched on Solruka and Bailey. I think Bailey's gonna do the work for her. Bailey is a giver.
yeah,
Bailey's
she
a
is.
giver. She is so selfless, and it is a shame that she had those thoughts about her because honestly, I don't think there's one woman right now in this modern era that can say they didn't use Bailey as a template and a blueprint for what to do in the ring. So yeah, Bailey will do the work for Soul. It would be interesting to see if Zarya comes out because they've been having some issues at home.
Gets her on
Zarya.
TV.
So it would be interesting to see Zarya come out. It would be interesting to see, obviously if Zarya comes out, then maybe Lyra is like, I'll come help you, Bailey. Bailey is still dealing with her demons and her personality disorder, so that could be what they used to say affected her. But I think ultimately Bailey is gonna do the work, and of course, like that match is gonna be good. I think if they don't open with Cody and Obafemi, they could open with either one, any match besides Cena. But sometimes they like to start hot, so they maybe they open with a tag match, but the tag could also be that match that like re-ups people's energy because that match is gonna be some Cirque du Soleil. How do they top that that Styles clash that he did? How do they top that to
They will.
Kofi?
Watch.
I have
Watch.
no idea. I don't know what they're gonna do, but that if you did not see that, it was the most insane transition to that finisher that I've ever seen. So they very well could because I'm like with dance partners like Javon and Leon, of course you can execute something that great. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think AJ Lee is gonna win that match, but
AJ Lee.
um, it's gonna be an amazing match to see. And then yeah, either one of those matches can start off the show, but of course we know.
Look, and Leon Slater is little, so he could do two flips
Yes,
and get caught by AJ Styles.
he can do a 360 into the Styles Clash. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that would be insane. And I'm glad they don't have like a time constraint because one of the biggest criticisms that I had for this show was how it's only 4 matches long. I
And 50
really
commercials.
thought, ugh, don't even get me started because I know the commercials are gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me when I see them fade to black and then start counting down from 7 minutes. I'm gonna be like, all right, turn this off. But yeah, I'm like, the way John Cena advertised it, he wanted a lot of new talent to be featured, and we have Sol Ruka, we have Obasemi, we have Javon Evans, and we have Leon Slater. That's not enough, in my opinion. I think we could have definitely had they could have made this like Evolution, and I keep saying this every time. Evolution was a perfectly paced and perfectly numbered and perfectly ordered match, and there has not been a pay per view, in my opinion, that they've done that well. And I think that they can do that again. If not 7, then at least 6. So they had 7 matches on that Evolution, and then of course the way it ended was one of the, I would say probably a lot of people's top 3 moments um, for this year. But I'm like, I don't know what it is about them not wanting to break the format. I know Cena is gonna have at least 45 minutes to be able to do everything.
That's why it's only 4 matches.
I
His speech is going to be a
know.
match.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people I've been hearing, I've been hearing a lot of theories. Some people think that a lot of legends are just gonna come out to like basically like handshake Cena. Like they think the Taker, they think Stone Cold, Shawn
I
Michaels.
think
Like,
Kurt Angle has to be there.
oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Kurt Angle has to be there.
That's true. I really hope that these people don't have other obligations because it
That
would be
I,
great to fill the ring with like all the legends,
that's
basically.
how they're going to end the show. He's going to give a speech, and then you're going to hear, "No chance." That's what you get. I think that's how you. I think that's how you got to end it. Like with
Yeah.
Grace. But I think as far as you were talking about match placement, there's really only one place for that Cody versus Oba match. and that's the first match.
I agree, right?
That match can't be in the middle.
No.
It can't
Hype
be the
up,
match.
right?
It
Like
can't
hype
be
up
the
the
third
audience
match.
with a tag. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't. That's when people get their popcorn and go to the bathroom. So I'm like, have
But
them
it
start.
shows the importance of it. Like you can't, you're
Ugh,
right, like you're saying, it shows the importance. It has to be first or last, and Cena's
it can't be
last
last. Yeah.
because they're gonna have a whole ceremony and all of his foes. Man, can you imagine if Edge? Can
Oh
you
my
imagine?
gosh. If we see Edge and like Chris Jericho show up, which by the way, Chris Jericho and Kurt Angle are two of the people that made him tap. The third one is name redacted, but that's not important right now.
Redacted.
But that if Adam Copeland Edge shows up, oh
They
my
can
god.
call him Edge.
I
Don't call him
they can
Edge
go
then.
Edge. I want everybody. I want everyone to show up. You know what? Maybe even Vince. I don't know. You know what? Maybe
Vince,
even
look,
like he's
Vince is the reason he's had this career.
that's true.
So I know he is, the association. I don't think TKO wants to be associated with him, so I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably there. I
Oh yeah,
guarantee
he'll
he's
be there.
there.
He'll be there.
But I mean, there's just certain people I think has to be there. I think Brock would probably show up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Taker, JBL. Um, I think there's so many people that should probably
The Big
show up.
Show, Mark Henry. Will Mark Henry try to fake retire
Oh man, he got to come in with the salmon jacket.
with a suit? Ugh, that would be so funny.
Yeah, like I think that's why there's four matches. Because
All right. Yeah.
yeah, that's why there's just four matches, and I get it. Um, I think they can do that on a Raw or SmackDown. They could have a cross promotion, certain people. I would love to see Fatal Influence show up and maybe shoot Fatal Influence
Yeah.
and against the Judgment Day. They're all heels though.
They're all heels.
Yeah, they're all heels.
That's okay. Who cares?
Rhea, Io, and anybody.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Oh my God. Could you imagine if this was a match? Fifth match, 3-on-3, Fatal Influence, Rhea, Io, Stephanie Becaire.
Come on. Like, why not?
Well, John got to speak. So,
Yeah, so we can't see the devil's kiss, I guess.
yeah, Jonathan Felix got to talk.
Oh my god.
But anyway, I think we've covered quite a bit in this episode.
Mhm.
I think it was needed because John Cena is a very important person in the history of this sport that we love.
Mhm.
John, you'll probably never see this, but thank you. Thank you for the
Thank you.
moments that you've given us. I've had a lot of laughter, anger. I was never a John Cena suck
I
ever.
never said
Yeah,
that.
she goes without saying,
I
but I'm in
never
the
said that.
generation of guys that thought it was cool to say John Cena sucked. That guy tells a story. I look at wrestling for people that tells stories.
Mhm.
Sure, all the crazy moves, and he's doing the crazy moves. He could do if he wants to, but he has been very important to this sport. Thank you, John Cena. Um, you are absolutely a GOAT. Enjoy the next chapter of your career in Hollywood. I'll be supporting everything. I watch everything you're in. Can't wait to the next Peacemaker.
Oh, I know. How do you want to say goodbye? I'm retiring too.
It's not goodbye, it's I'll see you later. I'll let you take us out. You
Oh
have any
my
last words? You can take us out.
I mean, what more can I say? Obviously, this show, we kind of went all over the place, but for good reason, of course. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. Please let me know one of your favorite John Cena moments. That would be cool to flood the comments with me. 2008 Royal Rumble. Easy. Easy. I can name that easy off the dome when he came back. Entrant number 30, won the Royal Rumble. And what? It was so good. So yes, flood the comments with your favorite John Cena moment, and just some of the key highlights that you had about the things that we talked about, and then of course some opinions about the upcoming talent. Because John Cena is passing the baton, and there's nothing we can do about it. So yes, please flood the comments with your opinions, and thank you so much for watching. Please tune into the next installment, and this is DDT.
DDT out. Peace.
You just can't get up from that.